You may have heard this one. Every 7 years, every cell in your body has been replaced, which means you are now a completely different person. Very useful if anyone mentions something embarrassing you did in 2019. Unfortunately, biology is less cooperative. There is no 7-year reset. Your body does replace cells constantly, but not all cells, and certainly not on the same schedule. The lining of your intestines is renewed in just a few days. Red blood cells last around 4 months. Fat cells can survive for roughly 10 years. And here is the interesting part. When you lose weight, most fat cells do not disappear. They simply shrink as they release stored fat. The storage rooms remain, they are just less full. If excess energy returns, those cells can expand again. Your body, honestly, is more like a collection of parts than a single uniform entity. Each part has its own timeline, its own story, and together they make up who you are at this moment. Heart muscle cells may survive for decades, and many neurons in your brain are about as old as you are. So your body is not one age, it is a collection of parts from different periods of your life. Some were made this week, some have been with you since childhood, and a few structures contain proteins that may last almost your entire lifetime. But here is where the story becomes much stranger. How do scientists know how old a human cell is? Well, partly because of nuclear bomb tests. During the 1950s and 1960s, atmospheric nuclear tests sharply increased the amount of radioactive carbon-14 in the air. That carbon entered plants, animals, and eventually people. Every cell in your body carries a kind of timestamp, like a biological clock, ticking quietly in the background. Scientists can actually measure the age of certain cells by tracking the carbon-14 levels locked inside their DNA. So, in a pretty surprising way, the legacy of those old nuclear tests lives on, helping us understand just how old we really are, right down to the cellular level. There is another problem with the 7-year myth. Replacing a cell does not mean replacing you. New cells grow inside an existing structure. Your organs keep their organization. Your brain keeps most of its connections. Memories, habits, and skills are not deleted because a few cells have changed shifts. Even old cells are not completely static. Their proteins, membranes, and internal components are continuously repaired and replaced. So an old cell can contain many new parts, while a newly formed cell becomes part of an old system. Your body is not demolished and rebuilt. It is repaired while still running, more like an ancient building under permanent renovation, except the building also renovates the builders. So, do you get a completely new body every 7 years? No. You are something more interesting. A biological mosaic, partly new, partly old, continuously changing, yet recognizably the same person, which means you are still responsible for what happened in 2019. Captain Help, smarter every day, in every way.